What's up, y'all? It's Anime Gamer back with another video. Tonight we're going to talk about love bombing. So, I mean, there's a lot to get into this. Because it's also a form of gaslighting as well, and it's got some gaslighting stuff in it, and it's going to be a lot to get into. So. But anyway, love bombing is pretty rampant, to be honest. And, another thing is like, a lot of people, probably can't recognize the signs and stuff of love bombing. So love bombing is pretty much, when like a person, what they will do is, first meeting kind of thing, this is, I'm going to give like several forms of it. One of the first form of it is when a person, will get with somebody and they will possibly, shower them with gifts, like over-the-top gifts. They'll make like a bunch of grand gestures. They'll also push for commitment, like as soon as, I don't mean like commitment as in like, a dating thing. I mean like kind of like, let's just tie the knot on the first day. So, I mean, it's also the excessive compliments, too, because these people, they go above and beyond to do this. And it's honestly a huge problem, within dating. Like, like how a woman, like a lot of women will talk about, all these unrealistic expectations they want in a man. And like some of these expectations they talk about a man, wanting to have all this money, they are wanting a man to love bomb them. So because the thing is the man, if they can get a man to love bomb them, they will get away with their narcissistic tendencies. They will get away with anything, because if they've got that man hook, line, and sinker, that's pretty much it, and that's what they're hoping for. And, most men are not going to want to, be a love bomber, when it comes to women with unexpectations, but they will be a love bomber on other kinds of instances. So it's very important to feel like, what you really want to do, in this situation, because it is very tough to deal with, like, because, me personally, back to going about, how I was talking about, like, with the gifts and stuff, I had some exes try that with me, I had a few of them, that would try to shower me with gifts, just so I would love them, and I never did, like, because, it wasn't the right relationship. But, buying gifts for somebody, yeah, sure, that can bring happiness, but it cannot buy love, unless it's like, pity love or puppy dog love. Like, it can't buy genuine love like a lot of people think it can. And another thing they will do is they will do extreme flattery. And what I mean by that is that they will flatter you to no end, like no end. And flattery is honestly supposed to be a good thing, but at the same time, this kind of flattery, they're doing it for the wrong reason. So basically what they will do is, the person who's being love bombed, they will receive compliments that can make you feel good, boost up your confidence, but on the flip side, there are too many comments and it makes you feel very overwhelmed. So a lot of people probably get shocked, but the fact is, oh, how could you have too much compliments, But yeah, you honestly can, and that's what they do. They give you way too much compliments, and also often what they will do, that they will give sweep you off your feet kind of comments, and that's supposed to be a good thing, but in this circumstance it's technically not, because they're kind of doing it all for the wrong reason. But there's a lot of people who do this, and another thing is they will repeat the same compliments over and over and over again, like the same handful of comments that they will be repeatedly over and over and over. And they will also insist as well. They will also insist on how much better or more unique someone is compared to other people. And especially their exes or friends or whatever, they also over communicate their feelings, over communicating, and because they're going to be the only ones communicating in this kind of scenario. But anyway, a lot of people get love bombed and they don't even really know it, because they don't really know the term to say. They'll also, flatter someone so much that the compliments, may even feel forced, faked, or inauthentic. And and that's the thing, kind of when it comes to love bombing like that, they pretty much are fake, because they're saying compliments you should be saying, but at the same time, they're faking that because they're just saying that to love bomb you. They're just saying that to try to get control over you. And they will also say, pretty much as soon as you talk to them, they'll insist, as soon as you talk to them the first day, that you're soulmates or whatever. And it takes more than a day to realize that's your soulmate and whatnot. And they will also make very huge displays of affection or grand gestures on social media and in public, and while that is a good thing, but like I said, they're doing it for the wrong reason, and they may even say I love you on the first day, that's possible too, but that they will also insist they will wait for the other person if they can't commit for the relationship right now, even if they don't mean it. That they will say that. And when it comes to waiting, like that, just know, if you're not going to just do it now, and you want the same thing, you want to be with that person, both people want to be with each other, if that woman wants to be with that man wants to be with that woman, if it's not that, then you might as well just go ahead and take your losses, take the L, and go try to find somebody else, because, it's just not going to work. And they will also, they will also want to hang out even if you're busy. What I mean by that is they will insist that you hang out. They'll constantly text you wanting to hang out. Even if you're busy, and another thing they will do, they will also invite themselves along to other person's plans. The person who's being love bombed, what they will do is they will invite themselves to your plans. Say you got a family reunion or a family get together or something, or maybe a Thanksgiving dinner, or, you know, like a birthday party, you know, something. Whatever it is you got going on, they will try to invite themselves, you know. And honestly, a perfect incident, honestly, of this, like if anybody's ever seen like Charlie Brown, like Peppermint Patty does this all the time to Charlie Brown, like all the time. She tries to love bomb him, and you know she's always inviting herself like to everything, like just like in the Thanksgiving episode or whatever episode it is. Like she's always trying to invite herself, you know. So what she's doing is she's trying to love bomb him, you know, into, you know, wanting her and loving her and whatnot. And, you know, and the sad reality is that is a child. So it's like, you know, where did a child learn how to love bomb? That's my question. But I would have to question her parents on that. But anyway, you know, they will also, you know, shower the partner with unneeded and unwanted gifts, like gifts that you don't really want, gifts that are not really needed, but they will buy them for you anyway. And, you know, and what I mean that are not needed is like, you know, something that you're not interested in or don't want, and then they will get it for you. And, you know, we'll say, well, I love you, I got this gift for you, and, you know, I hope we can, you know, do whatever, you know, like, and that these people will take gift giving to the extreme, you know, like, yeah, the God says be a cheerful giver, but these people take giving to the extremes. And I'll tell you another thing, there's a lot of people who love bomb on Christmas, believe it or not. There's a lot of people who love bomb on Christmas, and, you know, people like that, they just, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well for the one who's receiving the love bombing, and it's not going to end well for the one who love bombs, because both people are just going to, they're just going to end up hurt either way, more than likely. And they will also buy, like, I mean, overly high, expensive gifts, excessive gifts, you know, like jewelry, vacations, electronics, you know, like stuff like that, you know. And, you know, I had since I'm a gamer, I had one woman, she would try to like buy me video games all the time. And, you know, of course I would take it, you know, I'd just be like, okay, you know, but, you know, because I'm a gamer. But it's like, you know, she was doing that to love bomb. She was doing that to, you know, maybe that I would fall in love and whatnot. And, you know, it's like that does not work. You know, buying someone gifts like that to make you fall in love, that does not work. I mean, yeah, for some people, a lot of people, it'll say, well, yeah, well, I'll just use this person to get something out of them. Like, I even had a therapist one time, you know, I was actually talking to her about it because it kind of was bothering me and stuff. And she told me to just deal with it, because you're getting free stuff. And she said, it doesn't matter if you love the person, just do it to get free stuff, you know. And I was like, at the time, I was like, well, like, what the hell? That's coming with a therapist. And I was like, well, dang, now I know probably more than likely that's what you and your husband do. Like, but anyway, like, another thing, they will also remind the other person all the time. I mean, probably like every day, like every hour, you know, how much they've done for them, how much they've given to them, even when this person has not, you know, wanted it or whatever. And, you know, it's just very weird behavior. You got to really look out for the signs of this kind of behavior, you know. And they will also use gifts to make you feel indebted. You know, like you're indebted to them. And, you know, that's not, that's just not going to end well, you know. And, but there's a lot of people who do it, though. You know, I've been love bombed by quite a few women, and it never worked. You know, it never works, you know. And another thing too is, you know, that will also, you know, they will get like extreme. You know, it's a good thing to be jealous, you know, in a relationship, but you know, at the same time, you know, this part, it's getting to the point to where the extreme, it's like jealousy, as in like, you know, they don't want you talking to no family or nothing, you know. And I'm not talking about like a possessive kind of quirk, you know, like, because I do believe possessiveness can be a good thing depending on how it's shown and done. But, you know, this is not a good thing that they're doing. They're not doing it for a good reason. They're doing it more than likely because they probably can't get nobody else. So they're thinking, you know, and the sad reality, to be honest with you, a lot of autistic people will do this. Like, and that's a sad reality because, you know, because they want a partner and whatnot, and, you know, the way a lot of women are, wanting all this stuff and whatnot, and, you know, they will choose to try to love bomb them. And, you know, like I said before, that does not work. It just doesn't. And, you know, they will also, it'll be constant reassurance. You know, constant reassurance. Everyone has insecurities, you know, but if someone needs constant reassurance, praise, or validation, you know, it's obviously a sign something much deeper is happening, you know, within that person. And, you know, like, you know, it's good, you know, to give a lot of, you know, reassurance, but I mean, if it's constant, like every second of the day, you know, that's not normal. That is not normal. And, you know, they honestly need to seek some professional help if that is honestly how they feel. But, you know, and then one day, you know, it'll also come to like sudden distance or coldness kind of thing. And, you know, I've had that too. You know, it's like, you know, does everything seem okay? Or, you know, are you all right? You know, until suddenly, you know, it's not, you know. And it's just... if someone becomes cold or distant after showing over-the-top affection, you know, it could be very concerning, you know. And even like, you know, now this is just not in just plain relationships either. This is about love bombing too. And now just because somebody does this doesn't mean they're love bombing. But, you know, it's just something to look out for, you know. But, you know, love bombers, they will often also do this. They will also disappear without warning, you know. And, you know, and what I mean by that is the fact, you know, let's just say they found someone else. They will go love bomb them, and then they're through with you because they found someone else to love bomb. And they will also, you know, and they'll disappear without warning even when everything seems fine, you know. And they'll also withdraw and get angry as well, you know, when others, you know, reinforce healthy boundaries. They do not like that. It really pisses them off. And, you know, that's not a good thing either. Like that's not good, you know. That can be really bad. And they will also belittle others as well for not being committed enough, especially if the person wants to like take it slow. You know, I mean, if some people want to take it fast, that's them, you know. I'm not saying that that's not love or anything, but, you know, it's also like they will also point out their partner's flaws, you know, previously, basically. And what I mean by that is like they will point out your flaws, you know, before they, you know, disappear without warning. And that's the thing. They will not stay there to work through you with your flaws. They will not do it. And, you know, it's honestly a sad reality, to be honest. You know, because it's just, I don't know, I think it's really sad. And, but, you know, anyway, you know, it's a very harmful thing, you know. They do gaslight, obviously, and, you know, as I've talked about before on this channel, gaslighting is not good. It is not a good thing, and, but, you know, it all goes hand in hand, you know. All these topics I talk about, they do go hand in hand, and, you know, most of these topics, as a matter of fact, do go hand in hand, and it's just, it's wild. Like, a lot of stuff is wild. But, anyway, dang, we're not going to make it. Another thing, too, is, like, you know, what they will also do is, you know, that they will limit, you know, your, like, access to family and friends. And I'm not talking about, like, see, you know, if your family and friends are toxic and you need to get rid of them, I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about, like, good, genuine people. They will expect you to get rid of them if they're good, genuine people, you know. And if they're good, genuine people, only an idiot would get rid of them, to be honest, because that is rare in this world. That is rare over here, especially in America. No, that is really rare over here in the West. Like, and I do not say that lightly. I really don't. And, you know, it's just, it's a sad reality. It really honestly is. And, you know, are we going to win this? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just really trying to win this match. We're so close. Anyway, as I was saying, okay, we should win this. But, freaking Captain America. Anyway, okay, yep. Yeah, we almost won. Crap. I'm really sorry, y'all. I'm really just trying to win this dang match. Just give me 1 second, y'all. But, yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I just literally made our team lose. I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea. Anyway, they will also, you know, engage. Sometimes these people will also even engage in, like, other behaviors, like, you know, intimidation or physical harm. And when it reaches that level, it's bad. I've never honestly had the fact of where it reaches like too much physical harm or anything, but, you know, I mean, I've had physical harm, but it's like, you know, not like, you know, to the extreme, in other words. And, you know, also with you know, there's different forms also of love bombing, you know. They will also guilt trip you as well. They will guilt trip you. They will try to isolate you. You know, they'll get too personal too quickly as well. And, you know, like I said, you know, with the excessive gifts, pressures to commit, you know, that's what they will do. And, you know, they'll also give like, you know, kind of like a verbal seduction, I would call it. You know, what they will do, they'll try to make you feel special and appreciated. And, you know, but in all reality, you know, you're really not by them. You're not appreciated. You're not, it's an illusion, so to say. It's an illusion, you know, that they are trying to make you believe. And, you know, a lot of people honestly fall for this illusion, and it's pretty sad, to be honest. But, you know, also too is like, you know, love bombing also is one of the things that actually lead people into cults or like other groups, you know. So it's like, you know, and the thing is like love bombing, you know, is not just in relationships, like I'm talking about like romantic relationships. It's not just in romantic relationships. Like, you know, there can even be friends who will try to do this to you, and or even the church. Some of the churches will try to do this to you, like, and you know what they'll do, but not as. The only thing they will do is try to shower you with compliments, you know, that they do not mean. Like if you're poor or, you know, not the same status as them. That's what they will do, honestly. But, you know, this video is not about the church. So, but, you know, another thing, too, is like, you know, that they will also, the love bomber, you know, they may use isolation or withdrawal of affection as punishment, you know, if the person that's being love bombed does something they don't like. You know, but this one's probably a big one, to be honest. That's what they will do. And, you know, that kind of stuff there is just kind of ridiculous, to be honest. But, you know, if you're the one being love bombed, obviously try to, you know, address the situations, you know, the feelings with them, you know, and discuss creating some boundaries, you know. I mean, especially, you know, when you're first meeting, you need boundaries, obviously. I mean, you know, when you, like, get married and stuff, like, a lot of those boundaries can go away, you know, but, yeah, it's just, a lot of it is just really ridiculous stuff, like, because, you know, you got to be specific with these kinds of people, and, you know, because they're going to keep doing it. They're always going to keep doing it unless they find someone else to love bomb, and then they disappear and vanish, like I said earlier. But more than likely, this step will not happen for a long time, if ever. I mean, I'm not saying it does not happen, because it does, but, you know, in most cases, you know, they try to, you know, love bomb one individual, and it's a very, very gaslight tactic. But, you know, and the thing is, if you're being love bombed, that's another thing you're going to need some therapy over. You know, like I talked about breadcrumbing last night, you know, you're definitely going to need therapy over that. There's no evading therapy when it comes to breadcrumbing. And, you know, eventually love bombing, that's another thing you will have to more than likely seek therapy out for. I mean, it's not as bad as breadcrumbing, but, you know, still bad nonetheless. And, you know, and the thing is, you know, they'll also, I mean, it's not wrong to be, like, you know, clingy or needy or possessive or anything. Like, you know, if you're to your spouse, if, like, you know, y'all are serious and, you know, both people are wanting the same thing and stuff like that. But, you know, when someone's being love bombed, that's the thing. You know, both people are not wanting the same thing. The other person that's doing the love bombing is pretending and putting on an act, a facade, a mask, a persona, that, you know, this is what they want when they really don't. And it's just, it's not a good thing to do. It's not a good thing to deal with, and you know, also too, that like I said, you know, that they will also do over communication. Like, you know, say like you're at work, or like, you know, you're like playing a game, like, and you don't have like your phone in your hand or something, or like, you know, you like say you got something going on, in other words, and you can't get like to the phone, like you cannot get to the phone, and you know these people will become really pissed off due to the fact you could not come to the phone. They'll be like, you know, well, why the hell did you not come to the phone? I called like 25 times, I texted like 100 times, you know. And it's like, you know, what they're doing is they're trying to guilt trip you is what they're doing. And, you know, like I said, this does not apply to like a genuine relationship. You know, two people who actually genuinely care for each other. And, you know, but yes, love bombing, honestly, they actually lead people into cults with this, you know, and it's a big problem. You know, like the whole thing, like with sugar daddies and sugar mommies, that's what that is. That is a form of love bombing. You know, it's like, and another thing too, that they may also show like, you know, affection. Like sometimes, like they will even withdraw like affection. Like, say they're like showing you some affection, and you know, they just stop. It's because you did something that pissed them off, that does not go with their love bombing. And it basically, love bombing, it's another thing, it's another one of those emotional manipulation tactics. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, that pretty much, I guess, concludes my first part on love bombing, honestly. I don't want to make this video like 2 hours. I probably will make a part 2 to this sometime, to be honest, because I kind of enjoyed talking about it. But as far as love bombing goes, I mean, just kind of watch yourself, you know, so you don't kind of fall prey to this. But yeah, it's very, and here's the thing, you know, love bombing can actually be, not only to gain control over you, but to, you know, gain power, not as more as control, you know, and that, you know, that they will also try to manipulate you to become in a relationship. Like, say, you know, okay, I watched a video today, I'll give an example, like, you know, like if someone's in the friend zone, like if a man gets in the friend zone, you know, he should be the one to walk away and leave that woman. No friends, no friendship, nothing, just leave. And here's the problem with that, like these beta males, is what you call them, they will honestly stay in the, you know, the friend zone, hoping that they can honestly change the person's mind sometime. So what they will do is they will resort to love bombing, and that doesn't work neither, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, there's different types of it, you know, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just something you really got to look out for, you know, and stuff, and the behaviors and whatnot. But yeah, this honestly concludes my first video on love bombing, to be honest. So, hope you enjoyed it, and, you know, God bless you, and I'll see y'all in the next one.